that if I go for that Europe counter, Antarctica, Central America, and then Scandinavia, Greenland, Europe, it kind of forces me to go for Antarctica because it seems like it's more likely for South Africa to be counter. But then again, that is exactly why your picks: one Scandinavia, two Greenland, three Antarctica, I guess, four Central America, five South America. That's why it feels so strong.
Yeah.
Because I think with those picks, if you get intel on both Antarctica and Central America, you will try to counter Panama on the second turn, right?
Yeah, sure.
Maybe it depends on the leftovers. Yeah, maybe it depends on the leftovers. Maybe I'm, now that I'm really thinking about it, maybe there's another possibility, another very tricky possibility. Maybe, I'm wondering about, can Scandinavia with Central America and South America, can it work? With the idea being getting 11 income very fast and trying to break into Antarctica very quickly.
I don't know.
Isn't it better at that point go for 11 income with Antarctica and South Africa? Instead,
no, I don't think so, because the problem is that if you go for South Africa and Antarctica, then you get a viable bonus in South Africa, but it's long-term inefficient. And the idea behind going Central America, South America, and Scandinavia is to break into Antarctica fast. And if you go for fast 11 with Antarctica, South Africa, with Scandinavia, you don't have a place to break into fast, because you won't have the intel whether to go into West Russia, whether to go to Greenland, and it's too long to go to Central America, because you have to go through Argentina and Colombia at the same time. So I'm just thinking out loud. Maybe it is viable, because think about it for a second. If we go one in Scandinavia, it is a bit risky though. So I'm trying to figure out what would be the best picks, 3 and 4 and 5. I'm really thinking about it. It really interests me, because if someone goes one Antarctica to Australia, for example, I think, and if he goes for your plan of going for Antarctica and Australia, I think we just win, right? Because we will break Antarctica. It really feels like it. Huh. Sephiroth, do you have maybe something, your own ideas here? Because you are very, very quiet for the past 15 minutes.
Not used to it. Well, I'm not sure about the plus 11 with South America. Because it is true that you get fast income, but it's also true that you get to use another tool to move closer to a bonus your opponent controls. And it's not that obvious to find him in Antarctica. Well, if you get your 1, 2, 3, it's probably in Antarctica, but it's not that obvious. And
well, I think if I get Scandinavia, Central America and South America, my opponent should be in Antarctica 100% of the time. I really don't see any viable strategy for him to give up Scandinavia and Central America and not get Antarctica.
That's true. But if he has 13 income, let's say, so you went for the uniform strategy to get Antarctica and Australia. He has 13, so when we break into Argentina, we have at the most 10 leftovers there. Okay, and then can he just defend, or gets rolled?
Yeah, but it gets tricky, because even if he gets, for example, both Antarctica and Australia, Newfoundland, are you typing so much right now? Because you know it's kind of
Sorry.
kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
loud.
it's my fault.
Okay. Because again, okay, so let's assume we have 10 armies in Argentina and he has nothing in Saipul yet, right? Because he should have nothing in Saipul. He will deploy at the best 13 and we will attack with 20. So we will kill 12 armies and he will kill with his 14 times 0.7 is 7 plus he will kill 10. So we get basically 2 net income on him. So yeah, it is very close.
The
So
situation stays the same.
yes, yeah, but then the stacks get lower. So no, it gets no. Maybe we cannot break him. So maybe it was just a pipe dream.
Yeah, kind of dislike this board. Looks like there's no dominant strategy.
Well, there's never any single dominant strategy, but what we're trying to come up here with here, come up right now is kind of a mix of strategies that would be a dominant strategy in the grand scheme of things. So basically, we found 2 strategies that we seem more than viable. One in Scandinavia, 2 in Greenland, and then 3 Antarctica, 4 Central America, 5 South America, and 6, well, whatever, somewhere else. Probably, I know, Central Russia or something. Any other suggestions? Because I'm kind of out of ideas. Because those 2 strategies with the Europe, either with the Europe counter or with the South America counter, they're
I
both
think
very nice. I think.
we played every strategy, and I think we can just check the picks
Yeah.
of
Okay.
Cantos and Ineffable.
Okay. So I'll start with Ineffable.
Okay.
And it's 1 1 Central America, 2 Antarctica, 3 Scandinavia, 4 Greenland, and 5 in South Africa. Yeah, I just don't like it because you just lose. You just automatically lose against 1 Scandinavia to Greenland, and as we
Yeah.
stated in the very beginning, it really feels like it's the go-to strategy because it's the safest pair of bonuses, and you will get fast 11 income, but I don't think it will help you at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing to do after you get that.
Yeah, so I would really prefer pick number 5, either a very aggressive counter, like I said, maybe in Europe, trying to go into United Kingdom and then into Iceland, or maybe if you don't like counters, whatever, like Central Russia 5 and Caucasus 6 or something. Yeah.
But in case of the counter in France, what if you get both Greenland and Europe? That's like auto loss, I think.
If you go 3-4-5, you cannot get Greenland and Europe. I don't know. It's not possible to get your picks 4 and 5 together, right?
Yeah.
Or can I?
There is.
No, I don't think I can.
Yeah, I think you can.
Yes,
If
you
lose,
can.
Ah, okay, I
You
can.
have first pick and you lose your 23.
Okay, yeah.
And easy for 5.
Yeah. I think yeah, it would be hard, but you still can do something like show up in Germany in first turn for make him deploy in Sweden for defense while you play aggressive and try to make Greenland as well while you are making your rotor bonus for make 30 income in 2 turns, 3 turns. But I still dislike get territory in north.
I'm kind of having trouble because against what kind of strategy would I get my picks 4 and 5?
Well, for example, if we both pick one the same 1 and 2, but you pick only 3 in Scandinavia and then 4 in another territory.
Okay, yeah. So that
Yeah,
okay,
exactly. If you
yeah.
pick the same exact picks, you can get
Yeah,
4
but
free.
yeah, but that's probably the only thing I should be worried about, right? Because I don't see any other strategy that would be viable. Because any other strategy that would be viable that would do the same thing is would neglect Scandinavia. Like for example, one in Scandinavia, to Antarctica, and then something. And that's those kind of strategies I kind of write off because they are not long term viable. So
Yeah.
basically, that's a good point because probably the strategy that with the Europe counter, probably the worst thing is if your opponent plays has this exact same first 4 picks and then picks number 5 in Central Russia. So that's I think perfectly viable in my opinion. If Ineffable changes South Africa to Central Russia, just get five in Central Russia and maybe 6 in Caucasus, for example, and I think it will be far better.
Yes, probably better.
I think we can move to Kanto's picks.
Okay, and Cantos, 1 in Scandinavia, 2 in Central America, 3 Antarctica, 4 in Caucasus. That's interesting.
Yeah, but I think they are very bad picks because 5 and 6 are weird.
Even 5 and 6 don't really
6
matter.
maybe.
I really dislike this strategy for multiple reasons because first of all, that kind of spread 1, 2, and 3, it's kind of a quote unquote very old classic strategy. In the very early Warlight beta days, when basically only Impaler was playing 1v1 ladder, it was very popular, just spreading out all over. And back then we had the starts of 5, so it was much easier to get 11 income out of starts like this. But nevertheless, I really don't like it for 2 main reasons. First of all is that you will not get any reliable intel. Actually, there are 3 reasons. Second, I don't think you can safely expand in Caucasus in any way. And third, if you lose your first pick, I think I think you cannot win ever because you will get Caucasus versus Scandinavia, and first pick. And as I said in the very beginning, I think strategies with first pick in Scandinavia are the go-to strategies. That's why we talked that much about 1 in Scandinavia and 2 in Greenland. Because if you lose your first pick and get your second pick, it's not like you're already dead because there is you are at a disadvantage probably, but it's not a game losing disadvantage because there's always some tricky stuff going on around Svalbard. So I really dislike pick number 4. I guess he didn't really realize that the strategies using Central Russia and West Russia are not as viable as they could have been. Because of that Scandinavia placement. So, I kind of like, in the general scheme of things, in the bigger picture, I really like Ineffable's picks much more. They are much more coherent, in my opinion. You guys agree, disagree, something?
I agree. I think you
Yeah,
already
I
say
agree too.
everything. And the first thing I said, there was bad picks, and you basically explained why they are bad. I think we can see what they get,
Okay.
and I think it will be funny see how they play their picks. And I think after the picks, I think Ineffable get better position.
Well, I guess Cantos got Cantos avoided the worst case scenario, right? Because as I said before, the biggest threat on picks was losing Scandinavia, so he got Scandinavia, and that's the most important thing. Now I think it's because it might not be apparent to anyone, because now I think it can be more or less balanced, the game. But might not be apparent why I said that Ineffable I think picked much better. and now Ineffable is in a tricky spot, or the game is balanced.